Why you tryna swap me when you cannot block my game? I got 200 angels beside me, I ain't playing.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
It definitely affects my music a lot, my walk with Christ, because, you know, you want to honor God, but you also don't want to limit God. So it's like finding that balance. I don't know, like even like David, when he was in the pasture, like playing his guitar when nobody was there, and then all of a sudden he was like the king. It's just like in those moments of like growing and stuff, I feel like are really important.
That's awesome.
I don't even know if that made sense.
No, that was great.
Like, I don't even know what I started with. I was sitting down to do school, and I just had like thoughts of like suicide, and they were like super vivid thoughts. In that moment, I had no idea what was going on because I've never experienced that before, like thoughts of suicide, because I'm like a positive person, or not even positive, but I just never had those thoughts, and especially because I have a good family and stuff. In that moment, like I looked up on my phone, like, why is this happening to me and stuff? There was like this prayer of like the helmet of salvation, and I prayed that, and I just felt like the peace of God come over me like crazy. When that prayer happened, I feel like that was the start of a new season, because after that day I remember like just diving into the Bible like crazy, like just trying to learn as much as I can. Started watching the youth, and I kind of showed Sophia about it because it was cool. Okay, no, this was our handshake. What up?
No, it wasn't.
That's what we used to do.
That's so stupid. It was not.
What was it then? What is it?
Diego showed me elevation first. There was a point where him and I like weren't really talking to each other, and he would watch Pastor Steven like constantly every single day, and I would walk by and I would like listen to it sometimes, like just because he was watching it. And then after I stopped living for the world, I started watching it with him, and he started showing me Elevation Youth. And I think the first time I watched some of Elevation Youth was YTHX last year.
I remember watching like rhythm nights and stuff. I was like, dang, I want to be there. Like when you guys did like the stage thingy, like on the hook thing. Yeah, I was like, dang, that's dope. Like, I wish I could be there in person and stuff. I honestly just brought it up one day. I was like, yo, can we move? My parents were like, no. Like, they obviously took into thought, but they were like, no. Because my dad had a job.
He was a little persistent, and we ended up borrowing a friend's RV and driving to Charleston for a weekend, coming back through Charlotte, parked the thing, rented a car, and drove around and checked out the area, and then we drove home and praying about it, and seemed to become more of a reality. Their faith was very important to us, and yeah, Elevation seemed to be growing their faith, and that was one of the most important things for us.
Yeah, when we first moved here, it was surreal, to be honest, and just the connections that we made so fast was crazy. Like the first week we met up with like a lot of the youth, and then like by the second week we were already like going into Bible studies with, you know, the youth team and stuff like that. I'd been baptized before, but it was just because my friend Sophia was doing it. So, but that was like when I was like 12, but now it was more of like, I'm actually living for God, and I want to make that decision like for real, like, you know, the cleansing and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it was more of like my true decision, not just because of the crowd. People look down on you because of your youth. I've really embraced that verse like the past year, and that's kind of like what I want other youth to see, that they can like you don't have to be like 20 to start your relationship with God, but you can start at 14, 15. Like, just like the thought of me moving my family, or not me, God moving it through me, like planting the seed, is crazy. Like, it just does not make sense because I'm 15 and we already had a life down there. Seeing that God made a way with like the move and stuff, it's like, what else can he do? And like not limiting him, like what can he surpass next through our family?
Hey, that's some content from YTHX21. The week was absolutely crazy. We got more coming your way. Just make sure you
like and subscribe and hit that bell so that you get the notification for all the content we're posting.
That's right. We love you. Peace. We believe in the youth.